friends, welcome back to my channel for another process video. Today I'm going to be working on a 12 by 12 layout, and this is for the Scraptember and the 30 Days of Sketches that is hosted by the Scrappy Sisters and my good friend Christy's Beautiful Life here on YouTube and on Instagram. So she's hosted this now. This is her 8th series or season. Season and I've always wanted to go and do the full 30 days, but I knew I couldn't commit, so I'm really glad to be joining these ladies and friends for just popping in when I can. And I've already done day 1, which was yesterday, and because we're having this 3-day, 4-day weekend, I am excited that I was able to do day 2 today for you guys. So I'm really hoping I even can squeeze in day 3. But let's go ahead and get started. So I've already posted and showed you the sketch. The sketch is up on the upper right hand corner in case you want to refer back. I am going to follow this sketch pretty loosely. Well, it's gonna, at first I was going to follow it to a T, but that because I'm not using my own photos, I'm actually using a photo of my daughter and her 2 friends, and this layout is going to be for her friend's album that I'm making for her birthday. And so when I decided on the photo that I wanted to use, I then went into my stash and really saw this My Girl collection that is pretty old by my mind's eye, and I just want to go through it. I still have so much paper, and yet I barely used any on this layout, and that's because you guys all know me. I use every bit of scraps that I possibly can, and so they have these border strips. So it was not a full pattern border strip. It was actually a framed portion of the pattern, and it was not the full 12 by 12. I don't even know what the measurements were. If I had a guess, maybe 6 inches. So I didn't want to let those go to waste, especially because they were just sitting in my stash with a collection. And so I thought, you know what, this is perfect to use because there's stripes or strips behind the actual photos. So I just went and copied that from the sketch, and I'm going to go ahead and glue those down. So, what's going on? Oh, there I am. Okay, I was like, did it just pause or freeze on me? But anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and glue those down, and I am going to, like I said, go pretty close to the sketch, and then I'm going to actually veer off. Now, another thing that I grabbed from my scrap bin, which I've been doing so much lately, is kind of really use up my scraps, is I found this shade of pink that is pretty close to the pink, the shades of pink that are in this collection, and I'm just going to go ahead and frame that photo out. Now, once I get done doing that, I am then going to kind of move into my own direction of this sketch. And that is because whenever I'm making a layout for an album that is going to be a gift to my friends, or, you know, for their daughters in this case, or daughter in this case, I am never sure if they're going to journal. Now, I don't have any friends that live by me that are scrapbookers, so I don't know how much they're actually going to put their take on my sketch, or not sketch, but the layout, like if they're going to add any journaling or if they want to add just kind of anything else. So I always keep these layouts to a minimum. And I'm pretty minimal with my layouts. I mean, I always love the layers look, the clusters, and I sometimes can do it. Well, not sometimes that I can do it. Sometimes I do it when I'm just kind of in like a rhythm, right? But in this case, because it is a gift from my friend, I left it pretty open to where if she wants to add her own story, add her own journaling, that's what I leave for them, because I don't want to have it my words telling the story. I want it to be their words. And so what I did was I grabbed one of my stencils, and I have been on a mixed media kick. If you've been watching my videos for a few, like the last few lately, if you were to rewind a couple of months ago, I hadn't done mixed media in so long because I was kind of on a break. And when I got back into scrapbooking after almost a 2-year hiatus, I tried to get into mixed media, and I was just wasting paper after paper, not really liking it. And so I finally found my groove, and I am running with it, and I see no signs of slowing down. Now, what's really funny is because I was, just talking about scraps, that whole white background actually is scraps. That was one of the layouts that where I actually first tried to get back into mixed media. I had one too many colors on it, it did not turn out the way I liked, and so I kept it because I wasn't sure if I was going to use it to frame out photos and have a nice white border with my photos, or if I was just going to use the back side of it. And so I decided to use the whole sheet of it as a background because this is where I could use a mixed media, making it very minimal. You can see the teal coming through, you can see the pinks coming through, but it's so light that it's almost like gives you the illusion of a mixed media background that is done very faintly without having to actually do it. So I really liked that, and it still kept the layout super clean. So once I got done doing that, I grabbed some yellow scraps from my bin. I punched out some stars because there's some stars in the sketch. And then I just felt like, okay, I need something more. I need something to kind of finish off the edge of this white paper because it just felt like, to me, it needed a frame, and to me that gives me a completed look, whatever that is, whether it be using background paper to frame it out, or to have lines, you know, taking like a black ballpoint pen and just kind of draw some, you know, squiggly lines going around the whole entire layout, or even just inking the edges. To me, that gives it a very completed look, and I really like that. So I just used the same colors that I used for the stencil, and then I'm going to go ahead, like I said, just glue down those stars. And I thought about, you know, creating the bigger stars with my silhouette, but I just kind of am a little lazy right now. So I decided to scratch that. And speaking of being lazy, I didn't want to use which I was going to grab my dies, create a title using the rest of that yellow paper, and I just felt like the yellow would be too much. So I went into my stickers, and I found this one that said Darling, and I tried to use the word stickers to play on titles just so I can use them up. And when I was going through that, right next to it was these copper stickers, and I'm going to use that to complete this layout by adding more stars with it to tie it all in. And then I'm also going to have the word friends. So Darling Friends is going to be the title. This is when I think they were in kindergarten, and you know what, still to this day they're in 7th grade and they are still pretty good friends. Their group's way bigger. Now they all just play together, and it just depends on what kind of sport they want to play during lunchtime, but they still all hang out periodically. So really happy about that. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much going to be wrapping this layout up. I am going to show you a close-up once I'm done, and then I will also have a close-up of the final photo at the very end. But I just want to say thank you so much for joining me, and definitely check out the list below for everyone who's participating. This is by far probably one of my favorite series. Like I said, it is so interesting to me to see how everyone looks at a sketch, whether it be, you know, they follow it to a T, or they just kind of start off following it to the T and then run off into their own direction. And it is a great way to get a lot of ideas and a lot of inspiration. So yeah, this is, like I said, my favorite series. So definitely check out the list below. And if you are new to my channel and you like this video, I do hope that you give it a thumbs up and that you do consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. And I hope you all are enjoying your weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.